Good afternoon, YouTubeites. Jonathan here. I'm just going to move back and forth like this until everyone gets dizzy. Okay, so we're talking about Eragon, chapter 7 and 8, I believe. Bam. I taped my book because it was falling apart. Okay, so we're talking about child labor, first of all, chapter 7. Chapter 7, we're talking Roran deciding that he's going to go with this guy named Dempton, and he tells Eragon, I think I'm going to go work for this guy, he's a miller. And then you get some random information, millers work all year type thing. These are basic chapters. But what I like about him is it's a distinct period in time where Eragon has to decide, it's time for me to grow up. So even though Eragon at a young age has been working on a farm and is pretty mature for his age, I mean, at this point he's 15 or 16, and he's already hunting in the spine by himself, and you know, all kinds of stuff that he does on his own. He's basically running a farm with his uncle and cousin. So that's pretty good. I mean, nowadays you'd be hard-pressed to find a 15-year-old in America that, you know, is going to do that stuff. They're all like, my dad didn't buy me a car. That's how we all are when we're 15 here in America. I spent a couple months overseas. I was in Egypt for a couple months, and I was very, very surprised at the hard work that the young people do there. And also, I was watching a few documentaries, and there was an 11-year-old kid in this one documentary. I can't remember the name of it. An 11-year-old kid that was watching wheat fields. I think it was wheat. But anyway, watching some fields for the farm for the community and fighting off whole hordes of monkeys that would come and eat the grain. By himself, fighting off hordes of monkeys. That is like a lawsuit waiting to happen in America. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, Child Protective Services will be all over those parents. You make your 11-year-old work? You make him do what? Oh my God! So, anyways, Eragon is mature for his age in those respects, but mentally and emotionally, he's still kind of young, and he struggles with that. So Roran says to him, I'm going to leave. I want to get married. This girl's hot. It's not going to last very long. I got to marry her. So he decides that he's going to go. Eragon's upset about that. The cool thing about this process now, aside from Eragon needing to mentally mature and emotionally mature, is the connection between him and the dragon. And then we can also see Saphira's you know, wisdom starting to come into play, kind of an ancient wisdom. She mentions, Paolini writes a line where she catches an eagle, and she decides. Did you hear that? Dragon magic. Anyways, Saphira catches an eagle and then lets the eagle go and says, no hunter of the sky should end its days as prey. So you can tell that even at a juvenile age, Saphira has kind of an ancient wisdom that's kind of in her. So it's good for Eragon to be able to connect with her on that level. It's totally beneficial to their relationship as well. The other interesting thing that we do in this chapter is we learn, as I've already disclosed, that Saphira, well, her name, we also know that now know that she's a female. So Eragon's going through all these names, blah, 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 and he's like, oh, you're a female dragon. Oh, that's why you didn't want to be named Bob. And she's like, yeah. So, anyways, he subsequently names her Saphira, and she is totally pleased with it and starts humming, which is something that she does all the time when she's happy with something. She hums. That's what I'm going to do from now on when I'm happy. Garrow's reaction to Eragon and Roran when they disclose the information that Roran's going to leave. He's happy. What do I think about that? Garrow might be a little biased. I mean, I understand. Bam. I understand that Eragon isn't his blood child and Roran is, so I understand that there's definitely something there. However, his reaction to Eragon bringing home the meat that Horst had paid for, and then him saying, well, I'm going to work for Horst, he was pissed. Now Roran decides, well, I'm not going to go work for Horst, who is only a few miles that way. I'm going to go to the next town over and work for some dude you've never even met. And Garrow's like, that's wonderful news! Yay! So, I think he's a little biased. But that's okay. It's to be expected. I think Paolini wrote that well because it gives realism to the situation. So, all in all, 7 and 8, good chapters. Not a whole lot to them as far as Book 4 goes or any kind of major questions. Any comments, feel free to leave them. Thank you for your support. And I'm, like I said, working all the time to make these videos better, quicker, more to the point, and to be not so unattractive. As you can tell, I also took off some of my facial hair. It's still there. Well, here, just feel it. If you could just feel it. Yes. Okay. Enough of that. That's creepy. I'm married. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.